Have you ever caught yourself replaying old mistakes in your mind, or worrying about a future that hasn't even happened yet? If so, you're not alone. Most of us live trapped between our past regrets and our future fears, while the actual moment, the present, is slipping away. And that's exactly what Eckhart Tolle's groundbreaking book, The Power of Now, is all about. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the core teachings of this spiritual classic. We'll break down the most important lessons, share practical ways to apply them, and reveal how living in the now can completely change your life. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed, anxious, or stuck in endless thoughts, you'll want to stick around till the very end. Let's get started. Lesson 1. The present moment is all we ever have. Most people live as if the present is just a stepping stone, something to rush through on the way to a better future. But Tolle tells us that the present moment is all we truly have. Think about it. The past is just a memory stored in your mind. The future is just an imagination or projection. But the only place life actually happens is in this moment, right now, as you're listening to my voice. When you fully accept this truth, life becomes richer. Colors seem brighter, conversations feel deeper, and even simple things, like sipping a cup of tea, turn into a profound experience. Practical tip. Next time you're eating, put your phone down. Instead of scrolling, really taste the food. Notice its flavor, texture, and aroma. That's the power of presence in action. The more you anchor yourself in the now, the less anxious you feel about what's coming, and the less regret you carry about what's behind. Lesson 2. The mind is a tool, not your master. One of the most powerful insights from the book is this: you are not your mind. Sounds strange, right? But think about it. Have you ever noticed that there's a voice in your head constantly talking? It judges, complains, plans, compares, criticizes. That voice is the ego mind. Now, here's the problem. Most of us mistake that voice for who we are. But Tolle explains that you are the awareness that hears the voice. When you create a little distance between yourself and your thoughts, life changes. You stop being dragged around by every worry or negative idea. Instead, you observe the thought like a passing cloud. Practical tip. Try this. Close your eyes and listen for your next thought. Just wait. When it arrives, notice it, but don't engage. Just say, "There's a thought," and let it pass. That's how you begin separating you from your thinking mind. This is liberation, realizing you are the sky, not the storm clouds. Lesson 3. Pain and suffering come from resisting the present. Here's a big one. Suffering doesn't come from situations themselves. It comes from resisting them. Imagine being stuck in traffic. If you accept it, you just sit there peacefully, maybe listening to music. But if you resist it, thinking, "This shouldn't be happening. I'll be late. Why me?" Suddenly your body tenses, your heart races, and you suffer. Tolle calls this the pain body. It's the emotional baggage we carry that feeds on resistance, anger, fear, or sadness. Practical tip. The next time you're frustrated, pause and ask, "Am I resisting this moment?" Then try to accept it as it is. You'll be amazed at how quickly suffering dissolves. This doesn't mean you have to love every situation. Acceptance is not passive. It's simply recognizing reality without adding unnecessary drama. From that calm place, you can then choose the wisest action. When you stop fighting reality, peace naturally arises. Lesson 4. The illusion of time. Tolle explains that most of our stress and unhappiness come from living in psychological time, being lost in past memories or future worries. But in truth, time is an illusion. There is only the now. The past is a collection of nows that have already happened. The future will only ever arrive as another now. By constantly thinking about the past or future, we miss the only moment that matters, the present. Practical tip. The next time you catch yourself worrying about the future, ask, "Do I have a problem right now, in this very moment?" Usually, the answer is no. Right now, you're safe. Right now, you're breathing. Real problems are rare in the present moment. Most of what we call problems are just mind-made projections into the future. When you drop into the now, anxiety fades, because you stop living in a time that doesn't exist. Lesson 5. The ego and its endless hunger. Tolle describes the ego as the false self, the identity we build from our thoughts, possessions, achievements, and roles. The ego always wants more recognition, more things, more control. But here's the trap. The ego can never be satisfied. Even when you achieve a goal, the happiness is temporary. Soon, the ego demands the next thing. That's why people get rich, famous, or successful, yet still feel empty inside. Practical tip. Notice when you feel the urge to prove yourself or seek approval. Ask yourself, am I doing this from my true self or from my ego's need for validation? The truth is, who you are goes far beyond your titles, possessions, or achievements. You are pure consciousness, the awareness behind it all. When you loosen the grip of ego, you stop chasing and start living. Hey, if you're finding value in these lessons from the power of now, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend who might need a little peace in their life. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me motivated to create more deep dives like this. Okay, let's get back into the wisdom. Lesson 6. Acceptance versus surrender. A key distinction Tolle makes is between acceptance and surrender. Acceptance means acknowledging the present moment as it is. Surrender goes even deeper. It means trusting life itself, letting go of resistance, and flowing with what is. For example, if you lose a job, acceptance means saying, okay, this is my reality right now. Surrender means trusting that life is leading you towards something new, even if you can't see it yet. Practical tip. Next time something unexpected happens, instead of panicking, say, I don't know where this leads, but I'll trust the process. This shift can transform fear into calm openness. Surrender isn't weakness, it's ultimate strength. It frees you from the burden of trying to control everything. Lesson 7. Observing the pain body. Tolle introduces the concept of the pain body, an emotional entity inside us made of old, unresolved pain. Sometimes it lies dormant. Other times, it wakes up, usually triggered by conflict or stress, and suddenly you're overreacting, angry, or deeply sad. That's the pain body feeding. The key is awareness. When you notice it activating, don't fight it, just observe. The moment you shine the light of consciousness on it, the pain body loses its grip. Practical tip. The next time you're triggered, instead of lashing out, pause. Say silently, my pain body is active right now. That awareness alone is enough to begin dissolving it. This practice doesn't just heal you. It breaks the cycle of passing pain onto others. Lesson 8. The silence between thoughts. We often think of silence as empty, but Tolle reminds us that silence is actually full of life. Between every thought, there's a tiny gap. In that gap, there is peace, stillness, and presence. That's where your true self lives. Meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting in nature helps expand that gap. Over time, you begin to live more from that stillness than from the constant chatter of the mind. Practical tip. Try this. Pause for a moment, take one slow, deep breath, and listen. Not for sounds, but for silence. That silence is you, your deepest essence. When you tap into that inner stillness, you discover a joy that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Lesson 9. Relationships and presence. Tolle explains that relationships often become battlegrounds because people bring their egos and pain bodies into them. We expect the other person to complete us, which creates dependency and conflict. But when both people are rooted in presence, relationships transform. Instead of clashing egos, you have two conscious beings sharing space, love, and awareness. Practical tip. The next time you're with someone, practice listening without preparing your response. Just be fully present. This creates deeper connection than any clever reply ever could. Presence brings love, not the needy, grasping kind, but unconditional love that flows naturally. Lesson 10. Awakening to your true self. At the core of the power of now is one ultimate message. You are not your mind, your story, or your ego. You are pure consciousness, the timeless awareness behind it all. Awakening doesn't mean escaping the world. It means fully living in it, but from a place of deep presence and peace. Practical tip. Several times a day, pause and ask, am I present right now or lost in thought? That question alone can bring you back to the now. The more often you step into the now, the more life becomes vibrant, peaceful, and meaningful. So, there you have it, 10 life-changing lessons from the power of now by Eckhart Tolle. It's a book that doesn't just inform, it transforms. Because the real power is not in understanding these words intellectually, but in experiencing them. The truth is, Life is always happening here, in this moment. The past is gone. The future isn't here. But the now? The now is yours. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which lesson resonated with you the most. Until next time, remember, peace isn't something you chase. It's something you find right here, right now.